All right. Hi, J.MAKers. Thanks so much for being here with me today. I'm your host, Meg with J.MAK, based in Raleigh, North Carolina. And today we're going to be whisked away to Tuscany with Andrea to Podere 1384. He's going to show us some awesome pictures and talk a little bit about this beautiful Italian property. So thanks so much for being here. At the end, if you have any questions, just hold off. We're going to do a quick little Q&A session at the end of the presentation, but feel free to go ahead and put any questions that you have during the presentation in the chat box or the Q&A session so we can make sure to get to those afterwards. And then, of course, if there's any further information, Andrea will be sending out collateral, presentation, photos, all that fun stuff to you as well. So no worries. You can always get in touch with him or our team by emailing hi@jmak.com. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this kicked off. Andrea, feel free to go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Meg. Welcome, everyone. I'm so proud and happy, and I'm very excited to present our Podere 1384. First of all, I would love to introduce myself because maybe you don't know me, my background, so from where I come from, etc. So honestly, my last 12 years, I spent roughly 10 years in the little boutique chain hotel called J.K. Place. So I was first the F&B manager in the F&B department at the J.K. Firenze, now the Place with Claudio. I really love the property. I really love the concept. And then Mr. Caffrey and Ricardo asked me to make the opening of the J.K. Place Paris. I've been there like for roughly 4 years for the pre-opening, the opening, and the launching after COVID. So I'm very excited now to be the general manager of this boutique property, independent property in the countryside in Tuscany. I'm very proud and trying to bring in our little Podere. Podere, it means like a little farm. And 1384 is the first official date of the Chianti Classico wine. I'd love to bring in our property the concept that I learned during my path at JK Place. So I really love to create a bespoke hospitality because as I learned from Mr. Caffrey, Claudio, Samuel, I need to thank you a lot, Samuel Porreca, because he introduced me in the JK world. So I'm very proud now to be here, thanks to Samuel. So I want to bring the concept of the bespoke hospitality. It means that the journey, the stay of your clients start from your first email. When you write me, ask me, for example, to book a room or a property, I'd love to design with you the stay of your clients, even because we have only 6 rooms and a 4-bedrooms villa. It means that in total, the entire property, we can host up to 22 guests. Consider that the entire property is roughly 125 acres. Let me introduce quickly some picture and movie of our property. So, 1 second, please. Okay. Okay. 1 second again. I don't know why it's paused right now. I don't know if you can see the I don't think so.
Not yet. I think give it just another second. Should pop up.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's now. Okay. So first, I'd love to introduce you an eye spot of our property. You see the Italian garden, very typical for a property in the Chianti Classico region, and the original buildings, the stone buildings, on the fascia of all the the buildings that you see on the right side on the main villa in the middle. But our property, our owners, that is a young couple, come from Rome. They have a very good passion in the design, contemporary artists. So it means the external envelope of the buildings are the original one from the 14th century as the 1384 original date of the Chianti Classico. But inside you have more contemporary touch design in terms of lamp. Meg, for example, on the back, she has one of our rooms, is room number 1, with how we can see the black wooden floor, so with the cooling system and heating system on the floor. Then you have the original beams, but now in black, and some of part of the contemporary artist collection, because each room has their own collection of contemporary artists. Coming back to the presentation, this is another external view of the property. But firstly, I would love to introduce where we are. So how you can see maybe on the map, we are roughly 35 minutes, so 27 miles south of Florence. So at 35 minutes from the Florence airport. Is an highway from Firenze to Siena, so we are right in the middle. We are 25 minutes driving north of Siena, and only 15-20 minutes from San Gimignano, a very famous and popular medieval village. The other airport next to us is the Pisa airport, that is roughly 60 miles, so roughly 1 hour and 15 minutes. In this map, I mentioned another 2 points, very famous and popular, especially for Americans that visited the Chianti Classico for the first time. The Antinori winery, that now is the most iconic contemporary design cellar winery in the Chianti Classico area, and it's only 10 minutes, 15 minutes from our property. And the mall, so the famous outlet in only 30 miles from our property. And we are right in the middle of the most famous villages, tiny villages of the Chianti Classico, like Greve in Chianti, Radda, Gaiole, and Castellina. I want to firstly show you a view of the entire property. Sorry, here we are. So we are lucky because we are on top of a hill, and in front of us opens the valley called Concadoro. Concadoro is called Concadoro, like Gold Valley, because honestly, you have more bottles of wines than people in the area. So it's very all the little houses that you see in the round produce wines, olive oil, and finger crossed, maybe starting from this year, we produce also our first wine. You see the vineyards around the property. They are completely new vineyards, part of our property. And we are an organic winery certificated. And we both the permission to produce the Chianti Classico as well, because just a little part of the concept. But if you don't buy the permission to produce the Chianti Classico, you cannot produce the Chianti Classico, even if you have a property inside the area. We have 280 olive trees. And now you can better see an overall view of the property. On the right side, you see the main house is the villa, is a 4 bedrooms villa. And on the left side, you see the main building of the resort with the 6 rooms, the spa, the restaurant, and on the side, the infinity pool with the garden. Now, I want to show you the infinity pool. I don't know if you can see, but next on the right side of pool, there is the Panzano village on the back, on top of the hill. And in front of us, you can see an open view of the valley. The infinity pool is facing again to Panzano and all the hill, typical hill in the countryside. As I mentioned, we have only 6 rooms. We have a spa in typical travertino marble as a steam room, The jacuzzi, the hot tub for more than 8 people is generous. I think size for only 6 rooms. We have a relaxing area and we have a sauna. The spa is in partnership with Dr. Vranies Firenze. Dr. Vranies is an artisan who produces very popular and famous fragrances for the house. In our case, it's for cosmetics products from the spa, and we are one of the first collaboration that he has in the hotel. In Podere, we have our restaurant called Il Sorbo 1384. And at the restaurant with our chef, Davide, is the MAK on the right side with a little bird. And it's very interesting because he's a 2-star Michelin chef who comes from the very famous, I think, I love the property called Casa del Mar in Corsica, in Corse. And he stayed there as a sous chef for more than 9 years. In our property, we would love to have a traditional cuisine, but presented in a contemporary style, thanks to the experience that David has since many years. We organize, as you can see, lovely picnic, like a gourmet picnic next to the vineyards and next to the pool. We love to organize cooking class in the villa and in the restaurant, and show cooking as well in the villa. And the picture on the left, you can see is the same, but in another perspective. In my picture that I have in my bag, you see here, but from another perspective, the living room of the villa, with a lovely and contemporary fireplace on the right side. And it's lovely to organize. I already did some dinner for our guests that stay in the house, but also for outside guests. Private dinner with private chef up to 12 guests. And we love also to organize like little private event in the villa. Starting from the last part of the next summer, I can offer to our guests a playlist of more than 7,500 original records from a private collection of our owner. Records mainly from jazz, soul, rock and roll music, with original printed from the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s, from United States, from British original printed. And it's another option that you can, for example, during your booking process, you can also select your favorite playlist, and then you can find, for example, the playlist during the private in the villa. We love to organize also little private event like weddings, up to 100 guests. The ceremony, we can prepare a ceremony in the middle of the lavender garden. That it's we have roughly 1,200 lavender plants, and in the middle we have our vegetable garden. Consider that if we organize an event, we do not have any guests in the house. If we have guests in the house, we do not have any events. We don't want to combine the two part of the events and private guests. An overall view of the entrance and the Italian garden from another perspective of a property, and this is some pictures of our restaurant. Consider that we have, since for my background, of course, roughly 250 wines in our wine list. The menu changes regularly during the season. So, and we love also to very customize and personalize the experience of our guests. I love also to show you some details of our rooms, because in the 6 rooms, you have some rooms with the fireplace, other rooms with a bathtub. We use the linen from Society Limonta. This is a homemade brand based in Milan, a very unique taste. Maybe it's Meg, if it's okay for you, Meg, I would love to show you some other pictures of the property. So Let me try to do this. Can you see the picture?
Yep, looks good.
Okay. So this is another external view, overall view of the villa. So with the private entrance of the villa. This is inside. Last time where I made a webinar, I was just at the end of this wall path facing on the valley, drinking the lovely Negroni. Unfortunately, tonight I do not have my Negroni next to me because who knows me, I prepare the best Negroni in Italy, or maybe one of the best Negroni you ever had in your life. I'm not modest, I'm sorry, but I love Negroni. I love to drink and prepare the Negroni cocktail. Honestly, if you have guests that love food, wines, and cocktail, I think this is a nice place for them. I don't know if you have someone who already tasted my Negroni, but in Duco, for example, we made Duco 2 weeks ago. I had some travel agent that they know me since when I was at JK Place. They tasted my Negroni, and honestly, they still remember my Negroni. So this is another view of the reception that is more like a living room in like a house. And I'd love to show you here some other picture and overall view of the pool, the infinity pool, with again a mix of sofa, chairs from Moroso design. On top of the hill, I don't know if you see the mouse here. And on top of the hill here on the right side, there is one of the most iconic and famous winery in all the Chianti Classico region, that is Fontodi winery, produce one of the best Super Tuscan made by Sangiovese 100% that is called Flaccianello della Pieve. And another green hill, I don't know if you see on the left side, just up to the shower, there is Castello di Rampolla, that is another historical winery in this part of the valley. Inside our property, you find also a lot of different statues, like this one next to the pool. And these statues come from the original owner of the property, that he was an artist. And our property is now refurbishing all the statues in bronze to give like an eternal touch of this contemporary style. Very typical wall path that we have in the Chianti countryside with the cypress and a lovely view. So another perspective from our infinity pool. And again, some details. So this is, for example, the room number 3 with the fireplace and the original wooden floor and the clear style. This is the room number 6 with the bathtub next to the bed. Of course, all the rooms have the walk-in shower, generous bathroom, but 3 rooms have also the bathtub next to the bed. Different colors, like the chairs, the sofa. This is the room of Meg, room number 1. And this is some details of our restaurant. Of course, we use Tuscan products, very unique. I love to talk about the food and the ingredients, the product we use in the restaurant. And for each place, each product, each courses of the menu, I love to tell a story. I'm a storytelling, so maybe I love to talk about the story of each, for example, plates, glasses, and bottled wines of that we have in the property. Now we move in again to the spa area with the Dr. Brani's products. Here you can see the details. We are maniacals in terms of details. So Travertino marble. This is a perspective of the sauna and the steam room, the hot tub. And we have a gym, full equipped with techno gym, with a lovely patio on the right side of the big door windows that you can plan of Pilates and many others. I have a partnership also with the special therapists focus on the relaxing massage rituals. This is another view of the tub. And this is the entrance of the villa. You cannot find the villa on sale, for sale, sorry, in our internet site. If you are interested on the villa, you need to write me because I don't want to have many, we don't want to have like a big selling of the villa. We love to have specific and lovely clients that love our place. Maybe they want to have the place in exclusive use as a buyout of the entire property as a big unique villa. First, I love to also introduce you some tariff and prices that we have. For example, the starting price for buyout of the property is 70 euros per week. So it's 10 per day. And honestly, in the high season, we can around 95,000 euros for the entire property. When I mentioned the entire property,
sorry to interrupt. You're kind of breaking up. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. You were kind of breaking up during that specific point of talking about the pricing. Can you just go over that again? I just want to make sure everyone heard it. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So the starting tariff of buyout of the property, it's 70,000, so 70,000 euros per week. It means it's roughly 10K per day. And we can arrive high season roughly at 90,000 euros per week. Minimum stay of the buyout is 3 days. Starting tariff of the room is 500 euros. Sometimes I offer special great value rates. It depends of the type of method of payment. We have a not refundable rate that is a great value rate that can include 15% of discount. In a high season, we arrive at 700 euros for the biggest room that we have, like room number 1. Commission that during Duco I always repeat the commission. It's usually 15%, so 15%, 15% of commission. This is another detail of the room. One of the room on the villa, I repeat, is a 4 bedrooms villa. This is the master room in the villa, and the bathroom, the private bathroom of the master room in the villa with the double shower, the services, and the bathtub on the right side. This is another view, the bed view of the master room in the villa. This is the TV room in the villa with the big screen on the right side. But honestly, the most beautiful view that you have is from the windows. Each window is like a frame, like a picture. And this is a sofa in the living room of the villa with a contemporary artist collection on the right side, the sculpt on the right side, and very generous the ceiling villa. It's slightly more than 7 meters. And this is the back of my point of view. So the living room of the villa, where I can organize, as I said, dinner and private event, up to 12 guests, seated 12 guests. Part of the collection of the original records you can see on the back. And this is an overall view of the area, so with the Panzano area, and that's it. And now I need a Negroni.
Now time for Negroni. I love it. Awesome. So any questions? You might have touched on this, but you are open year round, correct? No closing. There you go.
Here we are. So Uh, I would love to repeat just 1 second again. One point for me very essential and important. Uh, Honestly, we can really design together with you, with your clients, and also with your request, the stay of our clients. That's for me, it's mandatory. I answer personally to each emails. Sometimes I answer like 2 hours later but as Mac sometimes can see I can answer even during the night because fortunately my girlfriend loves she knows that I can work 24 hours. All the guests that arrive in our property have my WhatsApp number. Even if they need assistance, like a restaurant recommendation, last second restaurant recommendations, or maybe other experience, I love to be in touch with them and start let them feel like at home. So they have someone who can take care of them, following during all the process during their stay. Even sometimes they need like a coffee in the room. They can WhatsApp, and it's the smartest way to have the coffee in the room, or maybe again a cocktail or something like that. It's honestly a, a big project in a small property, independent property, but we would love to launch this place after only the first season. Last year for us it was our first season. So we just finished our first season. We love to increase the collaboration, the partnership with all of you, and trying to spoil guests and have a lot of properties, beautiful rooms all around the countryside. But I think we prefer to say we don't sell rooms, we sell experience and we create memories. That's what I learned during my past in the JK and what I'm trying to make my best for the guests that will visit us in the property.
Thank you. It's lovely. All right. So if we have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat box or the Q&A. Like I said, too, we'll be sure to follow up with the beautiful pictures. It'll definitely bring anyone inspiration. This is such a charming little property. Really feels like time slows down. Andrea is ready with Negronis in hand to welcome your clients. So yeah, it looks like we don't really have any questions, Andre. You did a beautiful job presenting. And really the pictures, the design, everything really sells itself. So it's simply gorgeous. So I think we're good to go. I appreciate you. Thank you for staying up
Thank
late
you.
for us. I know it's late on your time, so get some rest. And
No, it's perfect. It's a perfect time for now. Now a cocktail. I need one, and
cocktail
then I
time
can
for
have
sure.
a lovely dinner.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Let's
Jennifer. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
thank you
Thank you.
all for joining.
Grazie, Meg.
Bye, Andrea.